Hey guys, so we are back to our making of a Tracer Pulse Pistol, and we're gonna make it low poly of it. Low poly, it's a game mesh. The high res mesh is called high poly, which have a lot of details like these things and these things. But the low poly mesh is the game mesh, which is going to be baked in and going to less polygon to going to game. So we are going to make that, and for that actually I'm making a video series so that you guys get to know that how am I making these. Other than the speed modeling videos are not very helpful, I guess. uh, but let me know in the comment box so that I will know I should make in detailed or I should make in speed modeling. Okay, please let me know that. Okay, so for this what I did here, I merged those pieces. Let's see in this. Yeah, I merged those pieces which I want to make a single mesh. So I want to make a handle to be a single mesh. That's why I merged it together, and this part should be a single mesh. Okay, and this should be a single mesh, and I can merge this and this. Let me merge it. Wait, so I'm going to just quickly merge this. Merge down. Yeah, so I can model this together, this together, this together, this together. So I make these 6 polygroups and I will going to model in that order. Okay, so uh, let's just take uh, this model. If your poly count is too high, you can decimate a little bit. You can see I did that before because I don't want that you are just watching me. I'm decimating poly things. Okay, so I did already decimated it. That's why it's so that it will take no time. Okay, but I merged it now so that I have to export it. So watch this, the I export it. Before you export it, make sure that this object is single polygroup. You can hit Ctrl W and it will make a single polygroup, or you can go to polygon and group visible. It will make a single polygroup of it, because if you don't do a single polygroup, then your mesh in Maya going to be splitted in small parts and it will create a mess. Okay, so and make sure your export setting should not have merged turned on. You can have group on if you have a single group, or you have multiple groups, you can turn on groups. Okay, texture will be fine, but it's not helpful because here we don't want to have any textures. If we have any texture, then it needed UV, and to export the UV we need texture. Okay, so just having this and hitting Ctrl W, single polygroup, turn off your merge and export. I'm going to this I made this section. I'm just replacing this attachment to that uh, I made new polygroup. Okay, so I have this 6 subtool. I am going to start with this object to making it a low poly mesh, and let me save it. Decimate. Okay, now we are done with the ZBrush. So we just decimated it and we going to Maya so that we can uh, make a game mesh of it. Okay, low poly creation, and I just imported this mesh. As you can see, is so by default if you have any error, then your mesh will be no, not error. If your material got extract from your mesh, the ZBrush mesh, then it will be get green. But I turned this mesh green so that it will cool, it helps me to watch the cavity over everything. Okay, you can have anything, any color, but I like it green. Rather than white, you can use anything. Okay, I don't use white, that will really um, touch to my eyes, they're very harsh. Okay, I just want to soften edge once. And remember, if you going to bake something in normal map, then you should soften edge your high poly mesh. Otherwise the wait, these artifact gonna come your in normal. Okay, you should have soften edge this. Okay, so now I'm making live. Okay, now my this model is live, it is the reference. Now I can trace on it. So I'm going to the quad tool. Here is the Zmod Maya modeling toolkit. Okay, not Z modeler, Maya modeling toolkit. You can, here is the quad draw, and it is also somewhere here. Yeah, this one. Okay, so I just put it in here. Okay, now what I need to do, just trace it like this. Okay, and if, let me do one more. Okay, now you're seeing that I can't see the edges, it's fading out. You can go to the default viewport. Okay, it will seen over there. So yeah, now I'm just continuing snapping this vertex quickly. And I will trying also to maintain the curvature of it, because it does not matter actually, because this is a gun and it not going to be animate or deform. Not, it's going to be animate but not going to be deformed. Okay, so because of that it does not have any particular topology to it, but I'm still having a average topology. Okay, and for this I'm having a really good smooth over this edge. You can just having like this. And one more thing, if you turn on symmetry and go to quad draw. Okay, sorry, let me turn on my symmetry in y-axis, because no, sorry, z-axis. Yeah, and I could do that now. Before I'm doing that, I'm just remove symmetry it. Okay, now I'm combining it, and after you left from this mesh, you can select once again and select quad draw again, and it will be working on the selected model. Okay, so something like this here and something this here. I'm going to make it over here so that I can snap on these vertex. And guys, please do let me know if you don't want to watch this in a bit by bit on a detailed way. I can still make the speed one. Please do let me know. Okay, okay, so now for this how I'm going to do it, just I'm adding a loop over here, but I don't want that this loop should go over to the end, because it will increase my poly count. So I'm merging it here. Okay, I'm treating this as a game asset. Okay, if I got this model in a production to model, so how I do that only, and doing it here. Okay, so can have this. And if you don't know how to use quad draw, then if you hit control and hover on a edge, you can add a loop like this. And if you hold shift and control, you can click on a edge, it will delete the entire loop. Okay, and only shift, if you hit shift and control on a mesh, on a face, and then it will delete on the face. And it will, if you want to delete a vertex, you can do the same, shift and control, click. Okay, and if you want to fill a hole, like I had a point, if you by default click, then it will add a point over here. And if you want to fill this hole, hold shift and click. Okay, it will fill a hole. That's the basic one. Now adding these. Now if you want to create a triangle, by default it's not creating a triangle, so I'm adding a point over here and add a quad over here, and this point has to merge over there. Okay, if you drag a point to a near about another point, it will automatically merge there. Okay, so yeah, this is my one side, I guess. And if you want, you can't doing it like this, what you can do, hold tab and middle button on this edge, and you can drag a extrude on it. Okay, you can do extrude like this, merge this point over here, something like here. Okay, so this mesh is something like this, it will be like this. Okay, and I can remove this edge for now. Sometimes it's hard to make a quad over here. What you need to do, just move this point to upwards and fill hole it, like then you can take it near to the edge. Okay, you can add a bit on the middle, and I'm going to do this. Yeah, so I think I can have this edge for now. If I'm exceeding too much, then I will delete that. Okay, and if you think say that I'm hovering on this edge and it will take this edge also, so I'm just deleting this face and I'm filling hole again. Sometimes it's hard to do it in a quad draw. Top one is a good also if you can use. Okay, so yeah, so we have it like this, and I try to making it pretty low without wasting any poly count. So yeah, sometimes it's hard to catch. So what I did here, just add over here and put it over there, that will be easy. Okay, want to remove this one, and don't worry about this depth, really that doesn't matter, because in game you don't have to be capturing that little detail over from there, that doesn't have any seal out, I guess. What is seal out is if you going to a vector mode, then you can see a seal out, and that's really matters when you create low poly. You don't need to have that small width over there. That can be uh, take as a depth in normal map. So yeah, I'm having this point here, this point up to here. Yeah, okay. I don't need the center line, but I'm still having it because it helps me to symmetry it. Okay, and for this area I just snap over here, and I don't need this much depth. It will come in a normal map. And yeah, so I'm having like this. I'm adding a point here, merging over here. This should let me do this one first. Yeah, it will fine over here, and this one is here, and need to move it up like somewhere here. Make those changes in model which going to be seen in seal out, otherwise nothing doesn't matter. So like say it doesn't catching here, it does catch here, but if it doesn't, then you have add point over here and fill the hole, then you can take it over there. Okay, like see you seeing that it is doesn't catching up here, so add a vertex over here, fill this hole, then snap it over here. Okay, yeah, so now I'm just aligning this one over here. No need to capture the detail between there. Adding a vertex over here and fill all this, cover this. Yeah, so this is how it looks like yet. Now adding point over on this corner. Let me save once because it's going to crash otherwise. And I'm killing folder low poly and tracer gun low poly version 1. Okay, so now just fill all it. If you sometimes can't able to fix the angle to get a bridge, like cover this, you can sometimes you can change the camera angle and it will help you to bridge this. But remember that the camera has to see this vertex. Yeah, did you see this vertex? If I turn over there, you can't add over here, but if you turn like this, you can add. Okay, so remember this. And Like you see, I can't able to get this one, so I'm just extruding this one and merging it to here, merging this one to here. Okay, yeah, so now filling this, yeah. So I'm not going to add points like this because this is the flat surface, so I can add like this. Okay, okay, this groove can be baked in this surface. Now I have to add these points over here, some points here, some points here. Reduce the polygon from the straight surface and add to the curve area as much you can. Okay, like this, this surface is flat. Okay, so I can merge this like this, and you can remove this one. No, it's have some seal out, leave it. Okay, so I can have yeah, it's actually helping this object seal out, so I'm going to take keep it. Okay, so yeah, this for this part, because I reached my 22 minutes I guess. So please do let me know, should I do this way or just the speed one, whichever you want. In my point of view, then I should do it like this, so that you can get what techniques and what tips I follow to model these objects. So do let me know what you want and should I do this or not. Okay, so see you in next video. See ya.